Hello guys, and welcome back to GT Retro World. Well, I said to you a couple of months ago I'd pull this leaflet out that picked up myself from Middlesbrough, Cleveland Centre. I'm trying to remember, but I think it was about in between, it was 82 or 83. I'm more thinking 83 this when I picked this brochure up. But like I say, it was from the Cleveland Centre in Middlesbrough. And when I picked this up, obviously I picked up, hang on, there we go, this Harvard 410T. Which I've still got. But I thought what I'd do, I won't bother with that today, you know what I mean? Because they sold these, I don't know why they sold these in there, but they did anyway. It even says in there. But we'll go through what's in the catalogue and whatnot, you know what I mean? With it being a Christmas edition, a bit Christmassy, you know what I mean? Because it is Christmas now, isn't it? And we'll go through a few other bits I've got here. To be honest, I've got a couple of these CBXs which I only picked up this year, but I've had this CB, the Harrier CB, for absolute years and years. Again, the WT2, you've seen that last week, so I haven't had that long. SWR, mate, I've had since I was a kid, so it's a bit of a mixed bag. But what we'll do anyway, we'll go through this Christmas catalogue. We'll take you back in time, a long way back to around about 83, about this time now. And this was the time when I bought the 410. Never forget it. My mum and dad gave me the pocket money, Christmas money, and I bought an Harrington Jacket at the time, and I also bought that 410. And this is when I picked this up. I don't know why. I mean, what type of kid keeps these type of things? I don't, you know what I mean? But I did, and I've still got it. And it's just, I've got loads of stuff like this, and you know, it's just what I'm like. People think I'm a bit odd, but who gives a shit? It's just the way it is, isn't it? Anyway, guys, we'll go through this catalogue, or should I say leaflet, and as we get the CB bits, I'll pull these out the boxes and we'll let you have a little look through it. And I'll show you a little advertisement before we start there. Get you into the spirit of things.
Come in on DIXONS' greatest ever Christmas deal. Like this superb 14-inch Say-So colour TV, only $159.99. This Commodore computer starter pack with data coder and software now under £50. Save £50 on this Fisher Twin Deck MIDI Hi-Fi with graphic equalizer. Save £150 on this JVC portable video camera recorder. DIXONS deals, we guarantee you can't buy better.
Okay, this is the first page. And to be honest, it's not very Christmassy to look at, is it really? You've got a couple of wrapped presents on there, but other than that, apart from it saying best ever Christmas deal for you, it's quite bland, isn't it, really, for Christmas? A couple of baubles here, look, but that's about it. Anyway, let's have a little look what we've got. Like I say, this is more a retro type look through the time, you know. There's a bit of CB in here, but like I say, it's mainly just for the retro side of the channel. Presenting our best Christmas offers ever. 270 branches nationwide. I have no idea how much they ended up with. Obviously, they started disappearing around about late 80s, early 90s, I would say. Say-So VHS, a video recorder, 429. I have no idea if that was good at the time. So that's the Say-So video recorder. Again, more video recorders. A Sharp there, Sanyo, Betamax there as well. Do you know, I like Betamax. My dad had the Sony Betamax. It's fantastic, that. And they're much more compact as well, weren't they? Which is another nice thing about them, but there you go. Obviously, JVC took the crown with that, with VHS. Just, I think, bigger company at the time, no doubt. A couple of video stands there. Do you remember these horrible teak things there? Foul, weren't they? I hated teak. Never liked it. Free in-home servicing. Alright. And a free Christmas hamper with every video recorder over £475. Woo! That's one for you. TVs. Oh, God, like I said, I've got one of these, haven't I? Similar type of things. Say-So, that was quite big. And it's, I mean, to be honest, £269 at the time was probably not too bad. And they always come with these stands, didn't they? These horrible stands that used to bolt on from underneath if you didn't have like a unit. And this thing here, who the hell would buy that? A Fidelity TV and hi-fi system. Magnificent combination, magnificent looks and performance. Stereo 16-inch remote TV with turntable. My goodness me. $399 as well there. They're bragging about Oracle here, which is basically ITV's version of CFAX, I think, wasn't it? Yeah, CFAX. I used to like CFAX, actually. It was pretty good. Anyway, they're the TVs. You can see those. You can just zoom in if you want. And these like the portables. Now, my nana had this one. I'll never forget it because you got it from a place called Borough Electronics in Middlesbrough. So those are the portable deals. Toshiba tube, on a Contec. Never even heard of it. Okay, this is where things get a bit more interesting. So you have the VIC 20 149. I always fancied the Dragon 32. Didn't bother like, but I did fancy one. But yeah, Texas TI 994. Right, Commodore 64. Now my brother had one of them. Maybe 84, he might have had that. I'm just trying to work out. But yeah, my brother had a Commodore 64, a bread bin. Yeah, and that's the start of me up here. The Sinclair ZX81 4499, 16k RAM. Just shows you there what you could get out of them. I remember having the computer magazines and sat there programming the damn thing in. And you'd have to leave the damn thing on, because if you turn it off, obviously you'd lose a lot. So yeah, they were the good old days. Auric 1 48k. I had one of those. Fantastic. But I'm not too sure about why they're saying hi-fi output, because they didn't really sound that good. So like I say, my brother had this Commodore 64, probably one of the most popular machines of the time. That I would have thought, without a shadow of a doubt. That and the Spectrum, obviously. The wife had the 48k Spectrum. I had a Spectrum, but a bit later on, to be honest. It was more mid-80s, to be honest, when I had a Spectrum. And I'd lost a bit of interest, to be honest. And there's the old Dragon again, eh? This is the one that got away, and I should have got, really. But anyway, never mind. Look at these, and they look like they're from the 70s, these. Look at that hairstyle on there, eh? Jesus. Yeah, anyway, let's turn over. Let's crack on. SLR cameras, oh dear me. I never really got into that type of thing. Do you know, I'm more into cameras now than I've ever been. The best camera I ever bought was from Upton's, and it was a Vivitar. It was an out flash. It was an out flash. It was over £100, which was quite dear at the time. That was probably early 90s, and that's probably the most I'd ever spent at the time on a camera, other than like the 110 pocket things. But yeah, this was never something that give me any like cause for fancy like. But yeah, there you go. That's 80s SLRs. Maybe interest to yourselves, I'm not too sure. The Olympus trip, dear me, I remember that thing. My goodness me. Oh my god. Do you remember the disc camera? Wow. Do you know what? I've got one of these somewhere, and it's actually got a disc in it, and I bought it from a boot sale. I'm going back years now. I mean, to be honest, I wonder if there's any way of seeing what's actually on it. Yeah, I should try and dig that out, you know, just out of... I don't think it's a Dixons branded one. I'm sure it's Kodak. But I'll try and find it anyway. But that's one for you. Yeah. God, do you remember them things? I can't see if I can see the disc there. No, I can't. But anyway, I do remember the disc itself. Binoculars. Again, I bought some, you know, binoculars only about 3 or 4 years ago, and I don't know why, really. I don't even like them. Yeah, telescopes. I like my telescopes, like. Well, that's a different story. More modern, so we'll keep away from that thing. Right, hi-fi, luxury hi-fi listening as well. I don't know about luxury, but there you go. Centra and the Amstrad. The Amstrad there, that twin deck hi-fi tower thing, that was popular, wasn't it? I think everyone wanted that thing, didn't they? Not me, like, I didn't like it. The Fisher stuff was quite nice though, wasn't it? This here, I mean, I've actually got, well, I've got, is that, what model's that there? Let's have a little look. Yeah, I've got a VZ2500 in the loft, but it's faulty. But I'll dig that out sometime as well. But this here, I always wanted this Panasonic SGX10. I'll never forget that. I always wanted that. I don't know why, I just fancied it and I never got it. I was hoping to get that for Christmas one time, but I never did. I got a JVC Cassiva instead, which was probably better in its day. But and that was a little bit later on, but I always wanted that. That was around for a couple of years, that. I'll never forget that. Fantastic. Well, I like the look of it anyway. I just like Panasonic. Anyway, right. Personal hi-fi, dear me. This was something I never got really into. I have got one from later on in the 80s, but my brother, he liked his Walkmans, like. He had a couple of Iwas and a few bits and bobs. But that was maybe a bit later on as well, so I suppose this escaped me. I was more into BMX at the time than the CB. But there's a few bits and bobs there, like the Seashore stuff. There's a Sony there, a WM4, £49, another Sony, which is a WM-F5 for $99.99. That's got built-in FM radio. So that was probably quite a lot of money at the time. Right, here we are. Right, do you remember the Casio keyboards, especially that VL tone? That there was fantastic. I love that thing, me. I have got something, I don't know what it is, but I picked it up, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 years ago from a book sale. I don't know what it is, so I'll try and find it someday, but it's one of these, bigger than that anyway. I haven't got my VL tone anymore, I don't know where that went. But yeah, these were great fun. I mean, what you couldn't do with them was just no one's business. I mean, for $35.99, I mean, that was probably good value even back then. Cassettes, D90s, the SAs were great, weren't they? They were fantastic. Yeah, I like the SAs, nice little tape. Do we call these ghetto blasters? Do we call them portable cassette recorders? Whatever you want to call them, really. They were nice. Them BASF 90s and all, weren't they? $8.95 for a pack of 5 plus a free cassette bag. Oh, there you go. Now I'm sure my brother had something like this. He'll probably chirp in if he pops on the channel. I'm sure he had the 80S or something like that type of thing. I'm not too sure. But we've all had these type of things, haven't we? I've still got a Panasonic up in the loft. But my brother, he had a really nice Panasonic at the time. I can't remember, they had a built-in turntable. He probably, like you see, he'd probably chirp in with that as well. But yeah, these were great fun. But the only one I had was, like I say, my Alba CR35, which I think I've showed you on the channel before. That's great. That I've still got, like I say, well, I haven't still got that. I've got one of those, but not my original, which would have been nice. So that's the portables. Next page, we've got the car entertainment, Seisho and Sanyo. Now my uncle had this. I'll never forget that. He had that in his Cortina, a brown Cortina Mark. I want to stick my neck out with it. It's Mark IV. Actually, I don't think it was even brown. Was it like a terracotta? But he definitely had that. I remember these LEDs along the bottom there, flashing along to the audio. Yeah, $59.99. But you could turn that round. I'm sure you could turn that panel around. It was black on the other side, if I remember rightly. I'm fairly certain of it. Now, this was something that caught my eye out when I looked at this. I didn't know Harrier actually made a push-button radio, obviously, along with the CB stuff. So obviously, apart from the CB radio gear, Harrier made a push-button car radio as well, which is a bit of a novelty. Can you see that there, guys? I'll pull it up, let you have it, see if we can get you a bit more of a... Can you see that? Yeah, $14.99. Doesn't show you there, but yeah, it says complete with easy fixing kit and a 5-inch speaker, and it's 5-watt output. This must be the finest value on the road today. Model M10, $14.99. Right. Onto the CB radio, which you've all been waiting for, the Harrier CB, which we have here. There we go. So the Harrier CB was $24.99. Its list price was $29.99, so this was on offer at the time for $24.99. And as you can see, it's the basic Cybernet boarded radio with volume, squelch, and channel selector, and on the back, obviously low and high power. Now I've had this a long time. I've never even tried it, but I've had this since, I don't know, probably early 90s or something. Let's have a little look here. I've noticed there's obviously had an upgrade at one time. It's not to do with me that, but someone's put a right angled mic plug on it, because I know these won't have come with that, definitely not. But anyway, that's the microphone, bracket, thumb screws in there. I should have given this a clean before I took it out, because I've never took it out for years, but it's not too bad, to be honest. Let's have a look. That's not too bad, it's fairly decent. The front's come off a little bit there. I think it's the glue. It must have been because it's been sat in the loft for that long. But it's a tidy little thing. As you can see there, guys, volume, squelch, channel selector. I have no idea if it works. I can't see why not, like. It looks tidy enough. Yeah. 13.2 supply, yeah. Power supply, I think you might have seen me old one on one of my videos. Look at this. Well, who are you? Have we got that on there? Oh yeah. For anything electrical, CB Specialist sounds great. 18 Bell Street, Sawbridgeworth, Bishop Stortford, 725029. Now, who's that? Has anyone shed any light onto that shop? Obviously your CB shop, CB Centre or whatever. But yeah, it's tidy. The seal's been broken by the looks of it. Not to do with me though. I have no reason to go on that. But yeah, it's all there. Have a look at this manual there, see if there's anything in here of any delight. So I've got the operating manual there. I'll tell you what, I'll move this box out of the way. Do you want to have a little look more around the box, or not really? There's not really much to look at, is there? To be honest. So that's the Harrier CB. Like I say, it's all boxed. Whether that means a lot, then I don't know. So it's purely emission there. Hey, it's giving you everything there where it's actually where it splatters. Look, I should try that one day, shouldn't I? Out of interest. 500 to 2.5. There's actually some good information there, isn't there, from Harrier? Or should I say DIXONS Photographic, I think they used to call it, didn't it? Have a little look. Yeah, they did anyway, didn't they? But yeah, if you want to zoom in there, you have a little look. You might be better off watching this on TV before you call for help. External speaker, yeah, there's your RF attenuator switch. That's your frequencies. Anyway, and that's about it. Printed in Japan. So that's that. You've seen that. That's my original SWR meter. It's on one of my videos if you want to go back and have a little look. Right, we've got the big boy now. Now this is the Harrier CBX. Now the Harrier CBX was $39.99, but it had a retail list price of $49.99. High performance CB rig packed with extra features. So there you go. Right, so what we have here then. Well, we've got original mic on this. That's one thing. I'll take the mic off anyway because it's going to be awkward to show you this. So we've got volume, we've got squelch, delta tune, which is quite interesting I suppose. RF gain, mic gain, tone, high, mid, low, CBPA, high and low power, channel 9, on and off, TXRX light, channel selector. It's quite a tidy little thing. Like I say, I picked this up only this year, to be honest. I've got a few of these, like it's mainly the Rotels I've got, and the York, which I'll show you those at a later date. And that's the rear. She's a bit grubby on the back. I mean, overall it's not too bad, but like I say, it's just more of a bit of nostalgic trip really. And I just thought, while I'm bringing this leaflet down, I'll show you these, what's in there. So that's the Harrier CBX, which was a nice rig, you know, back in its day. Probably still is really. Cybernet bordered. So there we go. There's a bit of a look at the CBs. The CB Super Buys, as they're calling it there, CB Super Buys. Yeah. Oh, right. I meant to mention the walkie-talkie. Nearly forgot. Now, it mentions here the WT2, which this is, and also my 410, which is there. It's actually listing it as a Harvard 40-channel walkie-talkie powerful feature-packed model WT2 stroke H410. So obviously, this is why I ended up with a Harvard at DIXONS when I really should have ended up with a Harrier, I suppose. I've got them both now anyway, but it doesn't really matter. But yeah, that's crazy, isn't it, when you think about it? So then, like I say, that's the 410 and a WT2, which obviously both sold from DIXONS at the price of $39.99 with a normal list price of $49.99. So, like I say, that's the original Harrier. Well, there you go, DIXONS Photographic UK Limited. But obviously these two radios are both identical internally anyway, that's for sure. Crazy, yeah. So that's the handsets. We'll stroll along, we're nearly finished, don't worry guys, I'm not going to keep you that much longer, I'll try not to. Oh, ho, ho. Right, we've got the Atari 2600. Every man and his dog had one of them, didn't they? And also Donkey Kong with a dual screen. Do you remember that, guys? That was fantastic. I didn't have any of these, but I had Donkey Kong with a dual screen. That was great. Don't talk to me about chess. I've played it and I do play it occasionally, but I'm no expert, so that would not interest me at all. And I remember buying one of these off an old schoolmate, one of these Philips G7000s. Yeah, I wasn't that keen on it, to be honest. I think he only had a couple of games, but I only give him coppers for it. It was something like, I don't know, 10 or 20 quid. Yeah, it's not very Christmassy, this brochure, is it really, considered? There's no like nice Christmas trees or anything like fancy about. Right, watches. Now, Casio watches, I used to love these things. I haven't had any of these, to be honest, so I'm not too sure. There's nothing that rings a bell. I think the only thing I can see on here that I remember is that calculator there, without a doubt. The 330. I think everyone had one of them, didn't they? But other than that, I don't recognise anything else on here, really. Like I say, Donkey Kong, I had that. Well, there's the Casio watches, if any of them interest you. You might want to buy one of them for Christmas for someone there. In 82, 83 or wherever it was. Last page, guys. Finally, we've got it finished there. Right, see all these and hundreds more best ever Christmas deals at 270 Dixons branches nationwide. But anyway, that's a little look at it. I say a little look, it's quite a long look, isn't it? Well, hopefully you enjoyed that little look back through time, or should I say back in time. We had a little look through the brochure there, or leaflet, whatever you want to call it, and the radios, and these will go back in the loft, no doubt. But I suppose it's good to see them down anyway. On that note, if I don't see you beforehand, have a very nice Christmas. Look after yourselves, don't drink too much. I know I plan on not... Well, I don't know, we'll see anyway, see how I feel. I'm hoping to drink a little bit more than I did last year. But yeah, anyway guys, hope you have a good one. Look after yourselves and stay safe. Catch you later. Merry Christmas.